All right, boys and girls. A little bit of real life hit tonight. Had a little bit of real life hit a couple of days ago. I'll get into that later and show you some pictures. But my neighbors, who I've known since I was born, they're a little up in age. Matter of fact, I think SOB, that would be Sweet Old Bob, is about 87 years old. And his wife called me a little bit ago. And she was like, come help, he's fallen, come help. So, of course, me being the awesome neighbor that I am, I stopped everything that I was doing and ran down the front yard and went into their house. Or actually not in the house, he was actually in the garage. And I could tell that he was just humiliated that he couldn't get back up. So I had to help him get back up. And it's not a problem. You know, I understand. I've known him for 40 years. I love him. So it's not a problem for me to help out. I told him, if any time you need me, call me. I don't care what time of day it is. Well, they called me. And, of course, bop-ba-da-bop, I show up. Well, turns out that sweet old Bob, when he fell, actually had some injuries, and he's on blood thinners. This is something for everybody to keep in mind. He's on blood thinners, which means when he fell, he started bleeding. So, after I got him up and in the house, I grabbed the first aid kit. He didn't need that. He wasn't shot. I'm down a couple of gauze pads, a couple of bandages, a little bit of cream because I didn't want anything to get infected. So I have to hit up the dollar store. But guess what? I saved them an ambulance call that could have cost them a lot of money. A lot of money. And here's another one. And I offered to leave this one with them. You know, and they were like, no, we've got everything that we need. And I was like, well, if you had everything that you needed, you wouldn't have called me. But anyway, glad you did. So there's two. There's three more over there. But those are vacuum bagged. This is actually just a follow-up to Survival Sunday. You never know when you're going to need it. I'll throw some pictures here on the end. The pocket knife that I got in a battle box, I'm actually going to contact them and see if they can redesign it where it's got a safety in it. Because I stuck my hand in my pocket and it apparently triggered the mechanism and it opened the knife. And then when I was pulling my hand back out, I could feel it cutting me, which is a good thing it didn't happen 2 weeks ago when the knife was really sharp after I sharpened it. I cut cardboard and box tape and stuff like that all day, so blades tend to wear out. And I spend a lot of time on a sharpening stone or at least a leather strop. And this one was approaching its wit's end. So I could feel it cutting and I stopped. I pushed my hand back into my pocket, moved it over, and pulled my hand out. I really can't overstate the necessity. Shit. All right, here comes edit one. The necessity of first aid kits. Like I say, I keep this one in my truck. Got a tourniquet, gloves, all that stuff on the inside I showed you last time. This one's essentially the same thing. It's got a little bit more. Guys, you never know when you're going to need it. And they were extremely happy that I had what I had because it saved them an ambulance trip. You know, they were going to call out an ambulance. So, all right, just food for thought.